Welcome back, everybody, to your Tips for Mortgage video series. My name is Mike Parkinson. I'm a mortgage broker with Dominion Lending Centers in Campbell River, British Columbia. This is my cousin Jaden Bax. He's with Avenue Financial in Crossfield, Alberta. How's it going today, Jay?
It is cold. It's minus 29, feels like minus 42. I'm happy to be
Wow.
inside with you and not out shoveling the snow.
Totally. Well, even for us here out on Vancouver Island, it felt like minus like 14 last night or something, which is nothing for you guys. That's like a summer day.
Yeah, but with the humidity, you feel it in your bones, right? So I feel
Oh,
you.
it's
It's all
yeah, it's
ter
brutal.
Let's get through December, January, February, on to the spring. I'm done with this.
You betcha, buddy. You betcha. Well, let's get moving on this. We're going to do our weekly rate update. This will be the last one of the year for us before the holidays. So, 2022. Wow, what a year is all I can say. Hey, like it's been wild. Like I've never seen anything like this. Like if you had asked me a year ago that we would be here today, I would be like, no way, no way. There's no way that that's going to happen. And here we are. So, it's been the year of the craziest rate hikes in many years, right? So fastest rate hikes they've seen in 50 years or something they say. And, gone up a lot, right? Since March, it's pretty crazy. So, we're going to talk a little bit about that, talk a bit about the where the fixed rates are, where the variable rates are, what the predictions are. So let's get going. So as everybody knows, we've gone up a lot. The Fed last week, the U.S. Fed have increased their rates by half a percent. So they're keeping going, and their mandate is to crush inflation. So we'll see. I think we're going to see a pause here shortly, if not already. That's what I think. And then I think that when they're going to pivot and start cutting rates is when something drastic happens in the economy or they break something. What do you think, Jay?
Oh, absolutely. And so Tip Macklin has already been, kind of giving those indications because he's been so aggressive with what he's doing and not really backing down. But he's starting to say, okay, now we maybe need to sit back and see what these rate hikes are going to do. And I think what a lot of economists in the know are saying they're going to do is they're going to push us into a far greater recession than they were expecting. We're not really feeling that as much in Alberta, but places like like in BC, Ontario, you guys might feel that pinch quite a bit more. And so those are really the drivers I find of Bank of Canada policy in general. What's going on in the economy in Ontario and British Columbia, right? And so
Yeah.
as that recession really hits hard, we expect them to be just as aggressive on the downside, and really think that part of the reason that the Bank of Canada was so aggressive is that they know what's coming. They might not think it's going to be severe as we believe it will be, but they know it's coming, and they need a little bit of room to pull those rates down to get the economy going again. And they also know that we can't go back to a 0.25% overnight rate, right? Like that's also
Yeah.
not sustainable long term, right? So I really think they built in that buffer, and they're going to see what, like, step back, pause a little bit, stop with these rate hikes, see what the effect of the rate hikes is. And the rate hike effect will be that we're going to hit a recession. They're going to aggressively start going down, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think with honestly to get down to the 2% inflation anytime soon is going to be a challenge. I think we'll maybe get to 3, maybe 4% fairly quickly or sooner than later. And then the last little bit's going to be tough, right? And then they're going to be in a real tough position where, man, honestly, the whole world economy has so many cracks in it, Jay. It's actually pretty scary. So we'll see what happens in the new year, but we'll keep everybody posted. That's kind of our predictions. But the prediction from, if you talk to the Bank of Canada or the Feds, is that no, we're going to keep rates higher for a longer period of time. But they are recognizing that there are lags in these increases. So at least they're recognizing that, and they're saying, we're gonna see based on be data dependent, I guess. So a little bit more. I think they're being a little more sensible, even though I think they've gone too far already. So we'll see when all these rate hikes get into the economy. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So
Right.
let's
We're actually
yeah, go
starting
ahead.
to see yeah, we're starting to see the downside on the other side of things and the fixed rates, right? So that as everybody knows, these rate hikes are affecting crime. which affects your variable rate mortgage.
Yep.
But we're really starting to see on the fixed side of things, which is affected by the bond yield and the 5-year, 2-year, depending
Yep.
on what your mortgage term is. And we're seeing those pricing coming down now. We're like, I don't know what you're seeing out there, but I'm seeing quite often 4.84, 4.79 on a
Yep.
5-year fix.
Yep.
And clients are wanting to jump all over that. They think that's a great rate, but that's when you compare it to a 5.5 that we had, 3 weeks or a month ago. Not kind of our historical rates that would be closer to between 2.5% and 3.5%, right? So,
Yep.
but yeah, we're really seeing that start to come back down. I believe that that's going to continue to happen into the new year. One of the things you and I were talking about, Mike, is that the gap between what that 5-year bond yield is and the actual 5-year fix that they're offering on the market is a little
It's
bit
big, yeah.
bigger than normal, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, and that leaves more room for the fixed rates to come down a little bit further. And we talk about fixed rates being lower than variable rates typically right now, which is very unheard of. So people are a little bit confused about that one, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm not taking a variable." But there's strategies to think about. Like if you get into a longer term fixed rate that's lower, it's great. It's like gas prices, right? Our gas prices in BC here went up to 2.30 or something like that. Now they're at $1.56, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, this is awesome. I'm gonna go drive more," right? But it's like $1.56. That's still crazy, right? So it's like interest rates like a year ago they were under 2%, and now people are like, "Oh man, 4.8 or whatever it is you can get today. That's awesome compared to what it was recently." So it's just a mental thing to try to get over. I still really like the I still really like the variable because Jaden, what we talked about is we think in the next year or sooner or maybe a year and a half, rates are going to have to start coming down again. So there's a good strategy there. You might be losing over short term, but long term, I think you're gonna be ahead over the 5-year term that you take. What do you think about that?
yeah, absolutely. And so one of the things that I personally always talk to my clients about, and I talked to them about this when rates were at 1.5% on a
Right.
5-year variable, is just budget into your head. You can do usually with the lenders we work with a 20% prepayment or 20% increase in your payments.
Yeah.
Budget that into your head. Can you afford to do that? Are you willing to do that right off the bat, right? And if
Yeah.
that's the case, absolutely go ahead and do that. And then as rates come down and you're doing that increased payment, you're really hammering your mortgage. And we also think that not only can you do that, but your average rate over a 5-year, if we look at that kind of most typical 5-year term, if you take that variable now, I could almost guarantee there would have to be something catastrophic happen again. But I could almost guarantee that you're going to beat that 5-year average of 4.79 or 4.8, right? So if you have the cash flexibility, the cash flow flexibility on a month-to-month basis to, maybe we really don't think there's going to be another rate hike, but if there is to absorb that, then absolutely go with variable because we know we can't know, but we just about know with certainty that that you're going to beat that 4.8% on average.
Well, history shows what goes up comes down, vice versa, right? So, and I think because they've raised so much that they're going to realize next year after all these lags come into effect that, oh my God, I think rates will be able to come down a little bit quicker than normal. But we'll see. It's the whole. It's like the lenders they go up real quick, but they take longer to come down, right? So it's interesting. But
Absolutely.
Again, we're not telling you to take variable, and these are just our opinions. We can't guarantee where rates are going to be in 6 months or a year. Nobody can. It's just our opinions based on our experience and based on what we follow. So that's what we recommend. But if you're happy with a 5-year fixed, and as long as you know the prepayment penalties, if you need to get out of it, that's the big thing. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed this video, and Merry Christmas. I'm losing my voice here, Jay.
Yeah, so Merry Christmas to everybody. Yeah.
Happy New Year to everybody. Have a great holiday season. We'll definitely see you in the new year. Take care, everybody.
Have a good one, guys.